Hi everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to make this card. We made this card in my card class, and it's Happy Mother's Day. You can put whatever sentiment you want there. It has the teapot from Tea Together, and Happy Mother's Day is from this set. And the framelits, they were part of Celebration, and they will be in the new catalog when it comes out, so they'll be available in June. But you could actually fussy cut this if you had the stamp set and didn't have the framelits at this point. And we use the Tuft Dynamic Impressions embossing folder to get this background. I'm using Grapefruit Grove, Call Me Clover, and Whisper White. So let's get started with this. This is what I do when I have my card class. I give everybody an envelope with all the pieces. And usually I have pieces cut out. But if we're stamping, I let them do the cutting out themselves on the Big Shot. So let's get all our pieces out. This is the inside. And they all decorate their envelope. They love doing that. So the first thing we're going to do is stamp. Now this is a piece of Designer Series paper. It's the Petal Promenade. It's gorgeous paper. And I was just looking, I look at all my Designer Series papers to see what would be a good paper for this. I wanted a little bit of texture. I didn't want any kind of loud or crazy design. And I saw this, I just look through it all whenever I'm making cards and I want to use Designer Series paper. So I thought that was really pretty. So let's get that stamped first. I have the stamp all mounted up. And I'm going to just ink it up with the black Memento. I think it's called Tuxedo. Is that what it is? Tuxedo black. So it's a fancy black. And we are going to stamp that right on this Designer Series paper. I've seen some people use some really pretty embossing folders on their teapots, and I like that look. I wanted something more subtle. So I'm also going to stamp the leaf here, and then the Happy Mother's Day I'm going to stamp in the Call Me Clover. Whoops, I need the stamp pad. So I usually give a piece of scrap for the ladies to do their stamping and then cutting out with the Big Shot. So let me get the Big Shot out. Let's put everything aside, and then we will be stamping. Well, let me stamp the Happy Mother's Day in the green. Sorry about that, making a lot of noise here. And then we'll cut that out with one of the layering ovals as well. Whoops, it's upside down. Not that it really matters. Okay. I love the Call Me Clover. I wasn't crazy about it at first, but it is a nice bright green, depending on what you're making with it. So let me get my Big Shot out. And we can get that going. So before I actually do my cutting, I'm going to do my embossing. So I have my my piece of, and I'll have all the dimensions on my blog, but I have my piece of Grapefruit Grove, and this is the Tuft die embossing folder. And I'm just going to line this up here. I actually like to line it up with the line on here, just to make sure it's straight. And some of these it doesn't matter, but I thought the Tuft one, you want it pretty straight. Now this is one of those thick embossing folders, so you only need one plate. So I'm going to put my platform down and the one plate, and I'll just run it through. And this is a really pretty folder. I love how an embossing folder can just give you such a nice look on your card. Isn't that nice? It's nice and deep and pretty. Okay, so we've got that done, and now we'll do our teapot. So I'm just going to run this through. I'm going to put my thin die adapter and then one of the glass plates, and let me get this die. Let's see, where is it? So this is the Tea Time and that's the one that will be available in the new catalog. And it's kind of funny, everybody had a hard time with this piece here, and it's not really part of the cutting, it's just the inside of the handle. So what I tried to do is this, and the bottom, and line that up. We'll put another glass plate over it, and we'll run this through. Trying to do it slow so that it doesn't shake the camera. And then we have one more cut, so let me just show you what this looks like. Isn't that pretty? And gives you this little piece in here. Let me just pop that out. And throw that away. And then we'll just do the flower and the layering oval together. So, let me get the flower and the Happy Mother's Day. And we'll get the die for the flower. That was one that was a little bit difficult to figure out. A lot of the ladies had it one way, and there's 2 leaves and 1 leaf, and you just turn it around and you'll get it. And then with the ovals, I did the smallest layering oval that's scalloped, and do that for the Happy Mother's Day. So we'll just center that in. If you have a magnetic platform, you could use that, or you can use washi tape or a post-it note if you wanted to keep everything in place. But I'm just going to go with it. So I'll just hold it down a little bit, get it started, and run it through. Okay, so let's get rid of the big shot. I'll show you what this looks like. So we'll just pop this out and pop this out. And let's put these away so we don't lose them. Okay, so we have some of our pieces, and we are going to just color this in. I used the Call Me Clover and Grapefruit Grove Stampin' Write markers, and we just colored in the flower and the leaves. And then I use a dot, an enamel dot, for the center of the flower. I love those enamel dots. They just give you a little bit of shine to it. You could also use Wink of Stella on these if you wanted to. So we'll just color it in lightly. Can't believe Mother's Day is right around the corner already. Easter's over, on to Mother's Day, and then Father's Day. Lots of days to make cards for in this season, right? Makes us card makers busy, which is a good thing, right? So let's get the green. And you could use the blends if you wanted to and make it a different color. I don't know if these colors are available in the blends. I think that's why I'm using the Stampin' Write markers. Okay, and then we could start building our card. I used this piece of this little strip of paper. I used that from the In Color pack. Let me just get that real quick. So I don't know if you're familiar, but every year Stampin' Up! Comes out with In Colors, and there's 5 of them, and they last for 2 years. So 2018, Call Me Clover, Grapefruit Grove are 2 of the In Colors. So you can get a pack of paper, Designer Series paper, and they come in all the different groupings, the brights, the neutrals, the regals, and the subtles as well, but these are the In Colors. So it just is a pack, and it's just the colors that are in, and it has polka dots and stripes and things like that. So I thought that was a good color to just have as a strip. So some of the ladies did the polka dots. I like the stripes, so that's where that came from. And then we'll just take our card base, and this is Call Me Clover. And what I'm going to do is adhere a piece of Whisper White. I just wanted to pop it. You could do the Grapefruit Grove right on it, but I thought it needed some brightness behind it. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. It's my adhesive of choice. I usually use this for most things unless I want to pop them up. And we will just center this down. And then I'm going to do the next layer. And I like the liquid glue when I'm doing something that's embossed because it really grabs all the highs and the lows of the embossed layer. And it gives you a chance to move your paper before you commit. That's always a good thing, right? Okay, and then we're going to adhere these down. So first I'll just put some glue on this. Lay that down. And then we'll put this down. Looks like I need a little bit here. I didn't get my corners very good, did I? Okay. And we'll just put this down right across. And then I am going to pop up the teapot with some dimensionals. Isn't that pretty? Sometimes I hate to use my designer series paper because I like the other side and I don't want to miss out on it. So it's tough sometimes. Let's see. I think I'm going to use some smaller pieces. Get my scissors out just to put in the handle. You could use your mini dimensionals or just cut up some of these. And I think I'm going to actually cut these in half just to get a little tiny piece on the handle. Okay, I think that's enough. So let me just take the backings off. We're almost done. I think it's a really pretty card. I'm a tea person, so when I saw this set come out, I don't drink coffee, I drink tea, and I drink it all day long. Not fancy tea, just I like the Irish breakfast tea, dark and strong with a little milk in it. And I'm not British, but I think that's how they drink it as well. So we're just going to put this down. It's popped up. We'll pop up the Happy Mother's Day as well. Just put 2 on here. Okay, and then we'll put this down directly on the teapot. And let's see, what else did I do? I did some of these Happiness Blooms enamel dots. I think I have a package open. I do have a package open, so let me get these. Here it is. Let me get this little tool and put one right on here. And then one each end of the label. Ooh. Actually, these are bigger. I think I'm going to use the bigger one. Oops. me take this one off and use a bigger one. I think they come in 3 sizes. Boy, I'm having trouble with this one. Okay. Phew. And then the ribbon that I used on my card, this is actually was a celebration item. So, since celebration's over, I'm going to use this Call Me Clover. And this is the gross grain ribbon, 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to just make a bow with it. If you have Grapefruit Grove ribbon, that would be fine. I think this is fine as well. We'll just make it. Let me get my ribbon scissors and we'll just cut it. I know it's too long, but let's see. And I always tend to cut one longer than the other, so I'm going to try to, I don't know, my eyeballs just don't get them right. And then I'm going to put this down with a glue dot. So I'm just going to grab a glue dot, stick it to the back, and put it right on there. And I think I'm going to just cut it a little bit more. This could be dangerous. See, I don't know. Something wrong with the way I see it. Okay. All right, we're done with the outside. And then on the inside, I put 2 of the flowers and I put Hope Your Day is as Wonderful as You Are. And that is from this Golden Afternoon stamp set. This is the one where I did the thumping technique, and it's really pretty, but I love their sentiments. So I have that mounted, and I'm going to do that on a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to use black Memento. Just put it right kind of in the middle, and then I'm going to put 2 flowers. It's not very much in the middle. Let's try that again. Let me get the flowers going. And let's try this one again. That's better. And then I'll just color these quick and add this to the inside of the card, and we're done. After coloring with the blends, it's hard to color with the Stampin' Write markers. They each have their purposes, but for coloring, I really love the blends. They don't leave any marks or lines, but there's some things you can't do with them, like you can't write on your markers with the Stampin' Blends. You need to use the water-based Stampin' Write markers for that. So always keep that in mind. You have to make sure you're using the right marker for the right thing. Okay, a little bit more, and then we'll color the leaves and the inside with the green. So I got to see the new catalog, and you'll be able to join or to order in June if you want. Unless you wanted to join as a demonstrator, then you can order in May. I got to do a pre-order. If you go to their convention, they call it On Stage, you get a couple of days where there's certain sweets and products that you can order. And if you're a demonstrator and you don't go, you can't order them until May. So it's kind of like a little special thing for going to their convention. But it's packed with some really nice stamps. I think you're going to like it. Just to keep adding to your collection, right? I feel like I'm always adding to my collection. Can never have enough. Let me just blend that a little bit. I just saw some white spots. Well, now I've got this dark color. So I'm going to go on all the leaves to make it look the same. And I'm going to do this one just to make sure they all coordinate. Sorry, I know this is taking a little bit longer. But you can change the sentiment on this and make it a birthday card or thinking of you. It doesn't have to be Mother's Day. I know some of the ladies at my class did that. So let's put this on the inside and then we're done. There's always a mistake on the back, right? Do you have that problem? You turn it over and you're like, ooh, that's right, I made a mistake. That's why there's two sides. Gives you that other opportunity. So these are the cards. Hope you like them. And give it a try. And I'll talk to you soon. You have a good day. Bye.